Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer, and this is me back with Endless Space, this time without the annoying background noise, I hope. I turned off the fan, whatever, you know what I mean. So there shouldn't be this horrible noise pollution that there was last time. I'm terribly sorry for that. I did not expect this to be this bad. Unfortunately, I only checked the video after I uploaded it. So yeah, it's pretty bad, and I thought to myself that I'm not going to remake the whole video just because of that, but I'll try to avoid this in the future, mark my word. There is still some background noise because, well, until my air conditioner is fixed, which apparently is going to take a while before they give me a new one, because that's how it's going to be fixed. You just have to exchange it, apparently, it's too old to be fixed in any other way. So there is going to be background noise before that happens, because it's, well, first of all, my computer trying to cool itself down, and the other is the other fan that is actually not blowing in my general direction, but computer's general direction, that I also want to keep on at all times. And besides, it's cooling my feet, so it's kind of important as well. Now, because of this, unfortunately I had to undress, so yet again I'm casting this half naked, but I guess you kind of like it, don't you? Yes, I know you do. So anyway, what did we end at last time? Some time for me has passed, because as you may recall, I changed my system, so now I'm running at 64 bits. Oh yeah, baby. No idea why this wasn't here in this computer to begin with, because it was perfectly capable of running this and way more, but whatever. Also, what I plan to do in the future is actually, I might try and record those videos in 60 frames per second, because I already checked that my computer is now well more than capable of recording in 60 frames per second. However, there are two things that are stopping me from doing that just now. The first one is my encodec software. I'm not sure if it supports 60 frames per second. I checked most of my codecs, and they are locked at 30 frames per second or something along those lines. None of them actually go to 60. But I still didn't download all of those, the ones I had, so it might change. I'll have to check this out in the future. Also, another thing, I'm not sure if actually YouTube supports 60 frames per second. Maybe it does, I have no idea, never tried and never checked it, so I have to just check the grant. But otherwise, I guess we are good to go. So, actually change events. Oh yeah, I remember that, Horatio, where I think I hit them at the ending of the during the ending of the last video, didn't I? Something along those lines, I believe. So, apparently I have Shakuras. Man, I completely have no idea what I was doing last time. It's kind of remarkably sad, isn't it? Tells a little bit something about me. Okay, so I was going for some kind of upgrades. I was going for a planetary institute, because it's always good and dandy, I guess. Well, it makes sense. Also, apparently we're going to have a battle. Okay. It's just going to be a Scarlet field, so nothing too spectacular, but, well, since this is our first battle, let's just have it for the sake of having a battle. Now, something that I'm kinda fond of is the fact that Retreat Cut has been nerfed in such a way that it now takes an extra turn to take effect, which means that basically your ships are no longer invulnerable when you do this, because previously if you use the Retreat Cut, pretty much no matter what the enemy would do, nothing could hit your ship, your retreating ship, because it would just retreat so fast. Maybe a single volley of kinetics would hit you, nothing more than that. Lasers wouldn't even make to your ship, because it would just be gone like that. Now it takes an extra turn, which means that you are actually able to hit the enemy ship that is retreating, which I find very, very nice indeed. Oh wait, I won already? Well, I guess the enemy didn't have that many of deflectors, or rather shielding, did they? Nor it didn't have any health points to begin with, so yeah. I killed them quite nicely and easy. I have some kind of ship ready. I have no idea what this is, hopefully something nice. And then the Hydra. How many of them can I stack in this fleet? Well, still a couple, aka 1. Am I not going for an upgrade that is going to give me more? Yes, I am. So I'll be able to get 3 additional ones, I believe. Because that gives me 2 and I still have 1 space left. And how many am I creating? Well, apparently a lot. You got to be kidding me. I'm going to make all of this in a single turn? I'm that awesome? Well, I'm not gonna complain if this is the case. Definitely not, thank you very much. Yeah, wow. Didn't see that one coming. Sonius, can I do anything over here? Doesn't really seem like it. Nah, that gives me just bonus on desert and not on arid. It would be useful in the future once I colonize this desert, I guess. But for now, nah, let's just go for more dust, especially since I need it apparently. I think we're good to go. Let me just double check my diplomatic relationships. Well, I'm on a good way to be aggressive with everybody else, which is classy, I suppose. Something to be expected. How's my score? Am I the worst? Nope, the soldiers are behind me. Kinda obvious because, well, I conquered the home system and they deserved it. Because they had no dignity, they just colonized everywhere. And you know what I'm going to have? I'm going to have so much unhappiness once I conquer the systems. Because, look at this. Let's choose a random system. They colonized... Oh, come on. They colonized asteroids, they colonized gas helium, and gas methane. Seriously, dude? They just want me to conquer it so that I have no population approval whatsoever in the entire galaxy. Now, this is gonna be annoying, I can tell. Why couldn't you just colonize some kind of productive systems, planets, like lavas? No, they had to go for gas giants and asteroids because they're boss like that. Indeed, they are not. Okay, where's my juice? Is that okay? I have two boxes next to me. One is empty, one is full. Fortunately, I did reach for the full one, so I'm going to drink it. It is a good juice. One more sip. I should make an advertisement for this juice, actually, now that I think of it. If I were a famous person, I would definitely do this. Obviously, well, if they would pay me. But other than that, yeah, I mean, considering how much I talk about their juice, they might as well pay me for this. I mean, why not? Ceasefire, and in return they give me hymnos? Okay. Do you know why I accepted to that? Because at any given point, all I have to do is go to this. Wait a minute. Go to this. Click at cancel. Where is cancel? I can cancel it, right? Do I have to wait 2010? I'm for real? OMG, what did I do? I thought I could cancel it and just start killing them again. Ah! This guy is gonna hit me. What did I gain with this hymnos system? Well, at least it didn't have any asteroids or such as. It's got tundra, arid and lava, which is all fine by me. So that's something, I guess. Well, I kinda like it. It's going to give me a nice economic boom, and I will be actually able to catch up to my enemies in terms of that, so I'm kinda happy about that. I actually am. It's not perfect, not ideal, but I'll make do, Also, what do I want to go for with my hero? That's a good question. Definitely going for armor weak point because in the future I'll have Gravity Well, which is way better than any other ability in there, I believe. It might be just my personal preference, but actually I'm pretty sure most people would agree with that. What is that? Oh, that's Leech. Don't really care about it at this point of the game, so instead I was going to get Veteran 4 so that I can get 2 free abilities, so I'm going to keep going for that indeed. Thank you very much. Some kind of research has been researched, I guess it makes sense. And a lot of ships are ready, which is good. I'll send them right away to the new system, or rather just to my system, I guess. Actually, one of them doesn't even need to go there. Then again, I might as well exchange them with those Hydras, right? Because I don't need them anymore. With those mutas. Actually, are those mutas or did I build... Did I build the wrong ship? I did! I totally constructed the... No wonder I was able to pump out so many of them in such little time. Seriously, I probably made this mistake in the previous video. Couldn't you guys pointed me out this instead of other stuff? Ah! Preposterous seasons. Oh, more food. That's kind of nice. Well, there's metallic waters. That's really nice. And there's a... Man, every single one of those planets has some really nice stuff in there. I will go for... I need the food quite badly, so I'll add one more into hymnos. Why is it hymnos? I'm going to call it... Wait a minute, cancel. It has rather warm planets plus Tundra. Well, that doesn't make any sense, does it? What? You know what? I think I have an idea. I believe this is the planet that was blown up by Protoss, isn't it? Well, it kind of makes sense, I believe, because let's roleplay this. So it used to be an arid planet, then after the Zerg settled in, it became desert for no apparent reason. Then Protoss fired the cannon, so it became lava and it was about to explode. And then it was just a cold piece of rock. So Tundra is kind of like a cold piece of rock, except it's not. Yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough. I'll make do. Also, since this. Oh, actually, I was about to say that since this system was given to me, it should have a decent approval. It actually has! It has content instead of strike, which I am very, very happy about. Wow, didn't see that one coming, I have to admit. I'm quite happy, I have to say. There's no reason, there are no complaints from me. None, not at all. So, however, I have no idea what do I want to go for. I might just go for food. Then again, this system is almost filled with food all the way through, so which costs more? This gets -2, this -3. Okay, so I'll just go for sustainable farms. No need to go for epigenic, whatever it's called, crop seeding, because yeah, there's just no need for it, I believe. Am I good to go? Can I end the turn? I believe so. So I'm going to end it right here. Okay, I finally made it to my system. As I said, yet again, the AI kinda likes to cheat because, as you've seen, it has been almost next to my system for like 2 or 3 turns. I couldn't do that. I would have to move by the end of the turn. AI, not so much. We can break the rules of physics because we are awesome like that. Yeah. And oh, big surprise, I discovered empty moons. Thank you, game. Thank you. Go how well, I might go for ability to spy on fleets orbiting the system. Just because, well, it also gives me more radar range on the star system, which is quite important considering that this might be my, what do you call it, border for quite some time, so I might as well go for it. Same goes with self-construction, it might be useful. Also, I have small and Tundra and tiny lava, so sooner rather than later, I'll need those endothermic structures as well. Anything else? Well, Shakuras is apparently free to go. So, what do... oh yeah. No, not that. I do... well, actually, I did somehow manage to transfuse my people onto the Shakuras one, so that metallic waters gives me more effect, and people are less unhappy with me over here, which is good, indeed. What else am I going to go for? Well, I guess food is kind of an issue. It's barren lava, so can I do anything to satisfy them? Not really, so it's just a question of satisfying Tundra. So let's have a quick look. This gives me +1 food on Tundra, this gives me +1 food on Tundra, but it's cheaper. I could theoretically go for both of these, but since the system doesn't have that much to it anyway, well, I guess it does when I get this upgrade. So... yeah, first of all, I'll get more trade routes and more science, then I guess I'll go for more of everything else. Kinda an ambitious plan, but hey, we're not in a hurry to get anywhere, and also, as usual, I totally forgot to set up my timer, so give me a moment. How much time do you think has passed? I honestly have no idea. I'll set it for 20 minutes, because when I'm clueless, I'll just set it for 20 minutes, and I hope I will not have to split this video. Probably is knowing my like I will have to, but let's be optimistic. Yeah, right, like I have ever been optimistic. Alright, so I'm going to fight the enemy's fleet. It was just a scouting ship. Really, bro? Really? It doesn't even deserve my attention, does it? How about those fleets? Is there anything worthy of my challenge? Well, there's something... go away, I don't care about you. Let's have a closer look. One of it is semi-decent, the other is semi-decent, the other is semi-decent, and the other is semi-decent. Why can't they merge those 4 medium-core big fleets into 3 big ones? I guess they will do so automatically when they engage in a fight, but still kind of random to move them around like that. Is that... what is this hero? I can't see him, it's too small of a portrait, and I would like to know what this hero is. I can't really see the portrait, but it looks new to me, so I'm kinda interested. Also, yeah, if I knew that by getting Charles Sarah for free, I would give Soas time to prepare for war, I would probably not do it, just a hint. Well, it happened, so just have to live with that and continue on making more ships, because it's kinda important, I guess. The more ships, the better. Also, why on earth is this population mark over here, unit over here? I want them to be at my swamp world, just so that I can have more food production. Also, as you can see now, I have no negative bonus on industry, which means that finally my home system is going to give me quite a decent industry production, which I like indeed. Can I decrease the tax rate? I can. Do I want to do so? Well, it makes my people or coho ecstatic, which gives me just a little bit more of industry and science and food. Honestly, I don't care, I would rather have my money. And because of that, I can actually boost the income and not lose anything in terms of science and industry-wise, which I'm definitely in approve of. Can you use this word in a certain way? Approve of? Probably not, but since when do I care? Now, really, let's just look at that. Alright, Koha is now a full-fledged colony. It has its control radius, which is very, very nice indeed. I am able to countermeasure the Horatian influence, which is optimal, definitely. Shakur has finished constructing some kind of junk, which I'm also quite happy about. I can merge those two fleets together. I still have place for a single ship, so I guess I'll add an additional muta. And then I guess I might just exchange those hydros with mutas. Then again, some of those are really high leveled, and this actually might make them even stronger than the muta. I'm not too sure. I might resign from this idea when I get better laser technology. For now, I guess it will do. And look at this cheating AI. It's still standing in here because they know they're going to lose the fight. Because it's kind of obvious that they're going to lose. I have 12 ships in a single fleet. They can't get any more than, give me a second, 7. Now that's almost double the amount of the ships they can deploy. So even if they have better technology, at this stage of the game they cannot have that better technology than I do. So regardless of what's happening, I'll enter the battle with significant advantage that they have no way of countering. That's what they are cheating and staying outside of my system just to be fine. Which is not fine by me because it's just plain cheating. Now I am about to get gravity manipulation to get my planetary institute, which is nice. What do I want to go for next? I guess 3D replication plants is nice because it would give me extra industry, and I do like industry quite a lot for many obvious reasons. What do I want to go for next? Though I want to go for more happiness. I don't have that much problem with happiness now, and I'm not sure if I would be able to get actually to ecstatic just yet, especially once I conquer the solar system, because remember they're going to produce a lot of unhappiness, so I might not go for that just yet. I am Battle Fury is a decent one, if not for the fact that I have so not many at all traders, so I might not go for that. Instead, hey, go back. Instead, I think the optimal route will be actually to continue on getting better lasers. It will take me the most time out of all those different trees, technology trees that I could go for. However, I believe it would be most beneficial. Also, I'm curious about what couplings would be most suitable for me. Accelerated magnetics are really cool. Never mind, they increase my damage absorption. I don't care about it at all, because honestly I'm going for all-out offense. How about condensed plasma? More critical chance. This is nice, but until I get it, yeah, it's going to take a while. But this is really nice. If I have a better science output, then definitely yes, but I'm not sure if this is going to happen. How about this? What is this? More damage on fleet, but less on ship. That's plus 10 million max damage. Mine already gives me 40 on a single ship, but still I would rather have that. How about this? More laser damage absorbed. Not care about. How about this? No Trina push on. Yet again, this is a fleet upgrades. I would rather have even more, even better upgrade on every single of my ships. Even though it costs me a little bit more of tonnage, I can afford it. I have quite a lot of tonnage anyway. So yeah, let's just end the turn. Finally, the enemy made it into my system, and I will be able to duke it out with them, which is going to be awesome because it's the no chance. For the sole reason of them being significantly outnumbered. If this was a late game, fine. That superior technology, ship tech or whatever, could have allowed them to win this battle. But since this is not the case, I cannot see them winning this battle at all, just because of the sheer numbers that I possess. Also, look at that, this is very nice, because the Horatio are actually attacking Sowers. Now remember, I cannot attack Sowers just yet because of the peace treaty, or the ceasefire treaty. However, as soon as the system is captured by Horatio, I can attack it because it's no longer Sowers system, which makes me smile. Oh yeah, it does. Greater manipulation finished, it gives me access to Planetary Institute, very nice, an amazing upgrade, especially in the early to mid game, because it just gives you plain upgrade to everything, even dust, so yeah, it's definitely something to consider that is worth having. The enemy fleet is quite substantially big. Still remember, in a single battle they can only have 7 ships at once, and I can have 13. I only have 12, but still, it's quite a significant advantage over my opponent, so I don't perceive this to be too much of a problem. And look at the shooting computer, they only chose the weakest fleet to go against me. This is something I said in the past that could be implemented. If I am the attacker, why cannot I choose the fleet that I'm going to attack? Why do I have to let my enemies choose what fleet they are using to defend? Since I'm the attacker, I'm the one moving at the speed of light at the opponent. I guess I could use my steering wheel and just move 5 inches to the left to attack the fleet I want to attack, instead of the one that is just playing a mid cannon. So yeah, is that how it's called in English, mid cannon? It isn't, is it? Mid shield. Oh yeah, it's mid shield in your language. Yeah, sorry about that. What do I want to? Ah, I didn't. Well, there goes my question. I said I did. That's the first time it happened for me. I didn't actually choose any action whatsoever. Didn't really matter because the enemy actually chose to use 2 ships against my whole armada, so I killed them with a single burst of lasers. Still, kinda hilarious. I have to admit, kinda hilarious. Now, victory at Kochau. Not gonna say that it was unexpected, to be honest. Not against 2 ships. Let's be honest. Even if they had the best weapons they had, it's possible they could at best destroy only 2 of my ships. And they didn't have those weapons, so yeah. And they still are operating only on kinetics and deflections? Yes, they are. Man, they are really far behind in terms of technology. It's only 1046. One would expect them to have, or to already have, at least some kind of rocket technology. They still don't. So it's quite bad by them. Now, anything else I can and or want to do? Well, Tarsonis, since it's not doing anything, it definitely could use the Planetary Institute. Because, hell yeah, it's just so useful. So I'm going to go for it. Everything else has quite a bit of production queued up. Theirs is... What? Do I not have access to... Hold on a minute. I do have access to... Oh, yeah, Hexaferm, they blocked me there, didn't they? They totally did. Okay, so I guess I'll go for Planetary Institute instead. Anything else? Not really worth the money, let's be honest. I might go, well, so I don't want to lose any more dust. And I don't perceive the enemies besieging the system as too much of a chance, so... Actually, let's have a look at distance. Man, it looks like I'm really burning this jungle out. It's Pandora all over again. Was it Pandora in the Avatar? I have no idea. I think it was Pandora. Look at this, it's just... I'm burning everything! Hallelujah, it's burning, man! What? What? How is that a thing? I have no idea. Don't even mask me. Mask me? Well, you can mask me all the way you want, baby. Guys, I have no idea. The more videos I produce, the less sense I make. Some might consider it as ridiculous. Me, I consider it as pathetic and kind of face-palming. It also probably means that sooner or later I'll just... No, see, I would like to make a witty comment, but I can't. All the wit I used to have, even if I ever had any, is gone. I have anti-wit. There's antimatter in the universe, well, there's also anti-wit from now on, and I'm the pure example of that. I'm an anti-wit. Bow to me. Or I'll anti-wit you. Seriously, why is that a thing? Why am I a thing? Whatever. Let's just try to not think about it. Yeah, like that's gonna work out just fine. Alright, this time actually I'm going to fight some kind of decent-ish fleet. Still not that impressive, to be honest. because they didn't even bother to bring a hero of this fleet, which probably means that considering my hero is already on level, what, 13? Yes? They have no chance whatsoever. I'm going to decimate them and eat their flesh from the bones. Because apparently they have flesh in their bones, that's right. What do I want to go for though? Let's just go for barrier, I have no idea why. Pretty much, I am brain dead today for whatever reason. I mean, I am brain dead pretty much all the time, but today I'm more brain dead than usual, so I cannot make any kind of sensible choices. So yeah, I'm just going with the flow. And I like the epic explosions. Actually, I could boost the sound a little bit, I think it's too quiet. Now, also, bear with mind, I recently had to restore my system, right? So I had to forge a disk? No, how is it called? Format my hard drive, so all of my settings are gone, and thus I'm kinda trying to dig it out of those settings, see what kind of settings are fitting the recording. So if it's too loud or too quiet, I'm sorry for this. I'll try to make it gradually improve over time. Yes, baby, it will gradually improve. I have no idea. I'm going to drink more juice, because apparently it's the only thing that I can do and I'm also good at. And I'm going to drink a lot of it too, because it's so tasty. Wow, awesome. Oh, that's so sad. Horatio lost the battle with Sowers in the Albellar system. That's sad, it means I can conquer it as fast as I would like to. Anyway, you know what I just recently discovered? I looked at all the games I have installed. Actually, I have purchased on Steam, because currently I have only one game installed, and that is Endless Space. Because remember, I have to re-download them all. But anyway, some of those games have quite a ridiculously big amount of time that I put into them. Right? That's a lot of hours. And Endless Space, even though I have this game for, what it has been, 1 month, 2 months, something along those lines, is already on the 5th place in terms of my most played games, with, what, it's about 100 hours mark? I think I'm getting to 100 hours mark. I might actually reach it after this video, because something along those lines, it's pretty high. So it just tells you how much of replayability this game has, and how much entertaining it is. At least for me, it's really quite enthralling, really. You can just do so much in it. I guess one day I'll get bored with it. I mean, there's no game that you do not get bored with at some day. Then again, is that really a thing? I mean, I just recently discovered how, because I currently have 2 games installed on my hard drive. One is Endless Space, obviously because I'm recording this video. The other one is that I installed earlier because I had no internet connection and I wanted to play something. So, excuse me, so I reinstalled Heroes of Might and Magic 5, and even though this game is quite old already, I still am not bored with it. I believe Heroes of Might and Magic 5 is one of my most favorite games of all times. So yeah, I guess not every game you have to get bored with, so maybe, I don't know, it's too early to say, only 2 months have passed, but seeing how much time I put into Endless Space, it's quite possible that I might actually not get bored with it, which would be kinda cool. Because, well, it's an amazing game, so it kind of tells you something, doesn't it? And also it keeps getting more support from the devs, which is also, yay, awesome! So, anyway, since my systems apparently have nothing to do yet, because I cannot construct more ships, because the enemy is laying siege on my Hexaferum planet, which is suboptimal, I will, in the meantime, go for some kind of planet upgrades that are going to be actually useful, which would be nice, wouldn't it? So what kind of upgrades do I really want at this stage? You know what, I do actually want is get another hero, but then again, before I get this upgrade, I already have a new hero by then, so yeah, it doesn't really matter. So no, I'm not going for that one. Obviously, I don't care about cooperation agreement and alliance and or any other junk like that, because I cannot use it at all because of my faction trait, so no thanks. None of those is really that appealing to me, I have to say. Is there something that gives me even more industry? I know I'm boring with it, but still. EMP could be nice. Actually, yeah, it could be nice. It would give me access to Optic Research Labs, which is very nice. It gives you a lot of research, and also EMP is nice because until you get target locked, it's a very nice boost to your lasers. Later on, target locked is obviously better if you have a lot of lasers. So yeah, I might go for that later, but for now, with faction control is going to be just fine. I will also go for tectonic engineering because how everybody likes to tectonic engineer something from time to time, right, guys? Right. Now, all killer kits has been identified, and I apparently already have access to it. Excuse me. That would be the Jews trying to come out. And yes, I know I'm exploiting it already, or whatever you're supposed to call it. Now, I know I can create more ships. I could simply either redesign my mutas to not use hexaferum, or I have to scratch my nose. And oh man, I have to do it again. What's happening? And oh man, what is that? And I could also just use the Hydras, because they don't use any hexaferum anyway, so I could just make them. And the reason why I could want to do that is because my fleet can only battle one enemy fleet at a time, and the computer can, as you can see, I am unable to choose what kind of fleet I want to take, and the computer apparently can, which is completely unfair, but still, they're probably going to just send fleets of one ship at me at a time, so that they can block the system for eternity. So this is the reason why I'm actually going to go ahead and produce quite a lot of Hydras, just so that I can construct a secondary fleet and send it to Coho so that they can support my main fleet in my attempts of destroying the enemy Horatio invasion. That is doomed to fail, but it's annoying regardless. Now Shakuras is unhappy with me. I don't care, guys! I'm going to kill you! Actually, why is Charles at strike? They liked me just a moment ago, didn't they? What happened? Minus 40 from expansion, minus 25 from plans, minus 60 from ownership. Yeah, and before I had 0, and they were still quite happy about it. I mean, their content. So it was the bug. This is sad, but still, the ownership is increasing quite rapidly, so it might be okay. Still, I might actually decrease the tax rate here just for a minute. Yeah, it would be beneficial because Koha would get... Koha doesn't produce... Oh yeah! Because Koha is under siege, it doesn't produce any science whatsoever, which is kinda harsh, to be honest. I think that even if your citizens are under siege, they should produce some kind of science, at least 10%. And also, it doesn't really make that much sense. I mean, I would rather say that they shouldn't produce any dust if instead of science, because you can't make too much of a trade. And even then, you should produce some dust. So I would rather say that when systems are under siege, they should produce 20% of science and 10% of dust, or something along the lines. I think it would be nice, especially because now any races with blockade bases, aka pilgrims, since they don't care about this, they're so overpowered. Okay, they're not actually overpowered, but it really gives them a huge advantage in comparison to us. Then again, we have other traits that kind of balance it out, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Can I battle anybody? No, I cannot. This is unfortunate, but I'll have to live with that and continue on to the next round. 10, whatever. Now I'm scratching myself, and we got a random event. Those always can be good or bad, obviously. We will see what they are right now. Click! Oh, yeah. However, this is something that has been added in the second most featured patch. Oh, and there's my timer. Anyway, I'll finish the sentence. Now you actually know how long every event will take place, which is nice. And also apparently the event that gives you less view does not last forever like it used to in beta, which is nice, I would have to say. Remember that playthrough, it was kind of ridiculous, I couldn't see anything whatsoever, even around my own planets. So, did this just make 7 ships? 7? Not like I'm going to complain, I'm actually going to create even more of those. Still, this is amazing! Wow, and since they are glass cannons anyway, I don't care about them dying or not, but I know for a fact they're going to do a huge amount of damage to any unshielded opponents, and since Courage do not have shielded technology, this is going to be a devastating feat for them. Just saying. Now, we will have No, you know what? I'm not ending this video, guys, without a decent fight. So don't you dare bring it more serious to me. I want to see something decent. Actually, can I now have a muta ready within one turn? No, I cannot. Oh well, just more Hydras then. Because I know for a fact that the enemy is going to make it into my system in a single turn just to annoy me. As they usually do. So, let's end the turn. And I only not like ending this video because I want to see an epic battle. So, don't you dare game not giving me an epic battle. You hear me? You hear my game? I want an epic battle. Right, everything else is done in here, I believe. So, end the turn and come on, make it. Yes! Thank you. If this is just a scouting ship, I'm going to be mad. Come on. You know where you want to end. Okay, how much you want to bet that out of those 2 fleets, they're going to pair me up against the one with 2 ships in it instead of the one with 7? Well, it will be good enough for me because I do not want to split this video into 2 parts, so I will have to end this video sooner rather than later. And fortunately for me, there we go, I can fight it, the ambushed guys. And what is this hero? I want to see him! I want to see him! He looks awesome! Whatever it is. It looks like... I have no idea. A little bit like Sophon and Hishio mixed in together. I don't know. What? What do you mean Admiral None? There was an Admiral. I've seen this Admiral clearly before my very own eyes. So what nonsense are you talking about? Well, this is just what I said. This is nonsense. What on earth? So anyway, I have 10 ships, they have only 6. Even though they might have an advantage in terms of technology, which I don't think is the case, they're not going to win this battle. Oh, wait a minute, they have rockets. Well, I think they're not going to win. At worst, this will be a draw, because I'm going to deal a significant amount of damage upon them. However, I don't have any anti-rocket interception, so I'm going to lose a lot of ships. Probably 6, that's what I'm going to bet on. No, only 5! That's yeah, that's 5 ships. So I guess the enemy had my advance and they are no longer just going for plain connects. Now they actually went for missiles, which is still turns out to be quite an effective shift that my ships were not ready to. Because even if you have at least 1 point in defense to something, that's good, because you're not completely shielded against that. At least there's some kind of damage that is going to be reflected. If you have nothing, you're dead, no matter how much HP you have. So, anyway, this was a decent ending, so I'm going to say my outro now. It was PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer. Thank you for watching. If you somehow managed to enjoy this video, then please like it and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of them for whatever reason. Also, I encourage you to leave comments because I really love reading them, even though I sometimes not respond to them for whatever reason. Yeah, actually, well, I do. Well, I try to, but I generally like reading them, so please read them. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you online.